Naomi, episode 8, The Fellowship of the Disc. And it's your boy Icon with a little DC TV going over Naomi, and we're still live from Miami Beach. So, this particular episode starts, it takes place after the last episode where we got the Zumbadu, backstory with how everything came to be on Earth 29. So now, he's an ally now, which is weird to everybody. And both him and Dee, they're in a little bit of an odds right now because Dee is still training Naomi on the art of meditation and keeping your emotions in check and blah blah blah. And then Zumbadu comes in and he's like, look bro, he was just like, yo, what's happening now, we ain't got no time for this mess. And then he feels that Naomi needs a new way in order to train because he was just like, she got to be prepared for what's about to come. And then Dee's just like, oh, but her emotions are a problem. And he's like, her emotions is what she needs in order to in order to fight the evil that's coming. So now the two of them are beefing because they can't decide who how they're going to train her or who's going to train her. In the end, they end up getting into a fight, and they have a one-on-one competition where Dee's actually winning. And before they had the fight, Zumbadu said he was like, oh, no powers, just do hand-to-hand combat. So they do the hand-to-hand combat, and Dee starts winning. But then Zumbadu ends up using his power, and then he ends up getting the better of him. And then that's when Dee was just like, you said no power, and he was like, that's the point. He was like, the enemies aren't going to hold back, they're not going to take it easy, and we can't take it easy either. So in the end, the two of them decided that there are aspects of both of them, the stronger emotional side of Zumbadu and the calm, gentle approach of Dee. Naomi can benefit from both. They can use both situations and they can mutually come together and give her a little bit, a little piece of both of them. And it'll help her, forge herself into the person that she needs to be to fight this evil. So the two of them are okay with that in that regard. Now, Naomi and her bestie, Annabelle, and for some reason, Annabelle and Jacob are dating now, which is the nerd kid. And I'm like, when did that become a thing? I feel like I missed that. But the Annabelle, Annabelle and Naomi, they're at the school. They're talking about her mother and her father's anniversary because Naomi's parents they're going to have a big party to celebrate the anniversary. While they're having a conversation, they go upstairs and then they find out that not only did somebody break into Naomi's house, but they stole the disc out of her room. She doesn't tell anybody about the disc. She doesn't tell Zumbadu. She doesn't tell Dee. She doesn't tell the rest of the Scooby gang. She decided that she's going to go down to Star Labs because if the disc is missing and she just went through that whole thing with Star Labs, she feels like it has to be Star Labs connected. So she goes down to Star Labs to investigate after it had exploded, and then Jacob shows up, and then she's like, Jacob, why are you here? And he's like, because I'm obsessed with aliens and finding out alien stuff and alien technology. He was like, why are you here? And then she's just like, oh, I'm doing the same thing for my blog, for my website or whatever. While the two of them are in Star Labs, the ceiling ended up collapsing. When the ceiling collapsed, Naomi used her power to save Jacob's life, and Jacob saw her basically holding a roof over her head, and now Jacob knows that Naomi has superpowers. So the cat's out of the bag, at least with one member of the Scooby gang, and he's completely losing it. He's freaking out, he's giddy about it. He's all excited, and then she keeps telling him, she's like, listen, you can't tell nobody. This is super important. She was like, can I trust you? And then he's just like, probably not. And then she made him promise, and this was weird. She made him promise to not tell Annabelle that he knows that she has power. And I'm just like, that's stupid because Annabelle knows that you have power. Because her whole thing was in Naomi's mind, she was rationalizing it by saying, I'm keeping Annabelle safe by keeping you out of it. But Annabelle still knows that you have superpowers. So that whole thing was just it was very silly. And then Jacob ended up spilling the beans anyway, because he can't hold water on his chest for whatever. He ended up telling her, and then Annabelle got upset. She was like, oh, why are you lying to me? And then she was just like, I'm trying to keep you safe because you're my best friend. And it's it wasn't that serious. Annabelle got mad. It wasn't that serious. Even later on, when Annabelle showed up at the parents' anniversary, Naomi was like, oh, I'm surprised you came because we got into a fight. And I'm like, that was a fight? And then Annabelle's like, yeah, the fight was all intense and everything. And I'm like, huh? She was just like, oh, but that's what friends do. They have fights. And I'm like, this wasn't a fight. I've seen real fights. That wasn't a fight. So anyway, the two of them made up, they're friends or whatever. We knew that wasn't going to be that serious. Before the Star Labs, ceiling had collapsed, Jacob ended up, Naomi got a hard drive out of it. And I think Jacob got some other equipment and everything. They basically stole some shit from Star Labs. And they put that stuff together, and Jacob built a machine that allows them to track alien, alien DNA, alien whereabouts, alien powers. Because that's what the Star Labs technology really was. It was supposed to like harness alien energy. Jacob flipped it so that it can actually track alien energy. So he saw all the aliens that exist in the town. He knows there's more aliens that exist in the town, but they're trying to specifically find the person that stole like the disc, like stole the disc out of their room. They track a certain energy signature to this one warehouse. When they, well, like a storage unit. When they go to the storage unit, the whole storage unit, it's full of Naomi's old baby stuff, and then it has a box that has like passports for her and her family. So now she's just like, she's confused and she wants to know what's going on. She goes down and talk to her parents about it, and then her parents said, because of what's happening with the military and everything, they basically tried to come up with an escape plan just in case things got a little too real. So now Naomi's kind of thinking, she was just like, well, damn, like, like this could actually be more trouble than it's worth. And then she's like, then she did consider actually leaving the town, which made her friend upset. We're at the party, and while we're at the party, Jacob said that he can kind of like tweak, his machinery to track like a certain specific type of energy signature so they can separate it from Naomi. And then she was just like, well, you can go to my room and try to do that. He goes upstairs to her room, and then while he's putting everything together, he ended up tracking the energy signature that they were looking for. But then when Naomi and Annabelle were up in the room and they were looking at it, it showed two energy signatures in the house. One obviously was Naomi, but he said that there is an alien that's not only here in the town, he said, but this alien is here at the party. So now that we're at her parents' anniversary party and all these people are here, there's an alien here at the party, and now we're going to find out which cast member is actually an alien. And it was very convenient because the whole Scooby Gang finally came back together for this one, because earlier the three kids that weren't a part of this whole like alien technology hunt, like the boyfriend, the other white dude, and the purple hair girl, the boys were doing like I guess community service at her comic book shop, and then they ended up bonding over that. She got mad at them, she forgave them, and now the three of them are friends, and now she's at the anniversary party. So they're at the anniversary party, the whole gang's at the anniversary party, the parents are at the anniversary party. The only people that aren't at the anniversary party is Zambadu and Dee, which excludes them from being the alien. But so now there's one person who's at this party that's actually an alien, and it's not going to be Brutus, obviously, but like I said, there's a reason why, because they call this the fellowship of the disc. There's a reason why I feel like all six members, because we haven't seen the Scooby Gang together in like 2 or 3 episodes, but now all of a sudden all 6 of them got brought together under the same roof at the same time. So we're gonna, and like I said, one of the 6 of them is going to end up being an alien, and it's probably going to be the boyfriend. So we'll see what happens with that, which is very interesting. And thank you for tuning in. So yeah, this is I said this is good. Like, nothing from a power standpoint, nothing happened in this episode, but I am intrigued to find out who this alien is, and if this alien is Brutus. I want to see who Brutus is and what this has to do with the overall plot. Who stole the disc? Because I guarantee you, whoever the alien is isn't the person that stole the disc. There's still like a greater threat out there, and Naomi still hasn't told Dee or Zambadu about the whole disc thing, so that's going to be a problem when that happens as well. Yes, like I said, this is cool. Like, Naomi is like the most interesting, slowest burn of all time, but we're still here to review it. We're going to keep reviewing it. Like I said, and I'm enjoying it, and I love to see where it goes. So that was it, guys. So take care. Hit the notification bell, like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I got Superman and Lois on the channel, and coming up we got the Flash as well, and we're still waiting for that Young Justice. So until next time, for some more Naomi action, take care, and I'm out this